when you have your long-term rental income, you make minimum of 8 to 10% ROI guaranteed. And when you go for short-time lets, you're talking about 15% to 18% rental income. That gives you another opportunity of making rental income benefits. And another good thing for especially Nigerians is buying a property where a country that gives you the leverage to have a golden visa. As an investor, you are entitled to have a golden visa in Dubai, up to 10 years golden visa. And another thing is you can also get a mortgage also from Dubai. We do from the point A to the point Z of your property investment. We do the mortgage for you. I have a lot of my investors here today, and I'm so happy to meet them for the first time. A lot of them invested with me without even seeing me. They invested with me through referrals, clients who have invested, and those who have made their rental income from property. So Dubai is a very big hub for an opportunities whereby you put down your money. There is no dollar inflation. There is no money depreciation. Whatever you buy, you keep on making capital appreciation on the investment, and that gives you the opportunity to earn in hard currency one, and to be part of Dubai, and also have your golden visa to be part of UAE as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francia. Well, I'm going to come back to you. And by the way, we also get to ask questions on the floor. So if you have any questions for any of my panelists when we're done, please note them and then we'll ask them. Let me ask Uche. Uche, I'm smiling for one particular reason, because I already have, an insider information. Uche has invested with Lifecard. Not only has she bought her property, she's also gotten her rent. So I'm smiling because, we have to be friends. But talk us through your journey and what that experience was like.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to see all of you here. Okay, so I'll first of all start by saying how I got to know Christopher. For me, I look at personality when I want to do business with you. It's not about the company alone. So I got to meet her in Singapore when we went for women's conference. So we got talking, and then she just gave me a business advice that actually worked for me before we now got into, her own business. And to be honest with you, when somebody gives you a business advice without asking for it for free, for me, it's a big deal for me. And when it now works out, it's also another big deal. So we got talking, and then she introduced her business to me. I did the first investment, and it worked out. When you do something the first time it works out, of course you have to go back. So, and that's how we've done the first one, and then I went back again. So for me, the journey it's been awesome, and I thank God for that. I thank God for knowing her anyway. Thank you.
Let me ask Noah, hold the mic. When you received your first rental income, how did you feel?
When you do an investment, maybe you are trying to talk some people into doing the same thing with you, and they're like, are you sure this is going to work out? Yeah, are you sure? And then your own works out. Of course, you'll be happy.
On the flip side, however, in this same country, we are quite familiar with some families where it seems like the air around them drips dollars. The money is just there from generation to generation. They're in industry, they're in manufacturing, they're in oil and gas, they own assets here, every state, across different countries of the world. And the question is, what is the difference? Now, in today's context, where the world has changed very significantly, there's globalization. And globalization, I think I want us to consider more from the perspective of we being global citizens. If you are a Nigerian and you travel regularly, and once a year, at the cost of today's tickets is very regular, just so that we're clear. Just so we're clear, right? There used to be a time we used to hop on flights on Friday and come back on Friday. Some of us, not anymore, right? So once a year is often enough. But I'm trying to say that if you travel even once a year as a matter of course, if that's your annual exhale, and you have no property outside, there's a problem. Because you're using Naira to buy dollars. And I can tell you that if you take, we're at 1.5 something now. If you take $1.5 million, 1.5 million Naira, I don't know that you can hold it in one hand, but the equivalent in dollars It's like that, right? Mm. So when you begin to think about yourself in your current reality, you can barely make it make sense. How do you then discuss generational wealth without being able to command the income in those currencies? Nigeria is facing many issues. There's challenges in the oil sector. There are issues with the convertibility of our currency, the value as compared to other currencies. There's always one fluctuation or the other. I mean, how do you plan when in 1 year dollar is 900, the next time is 1,900, and then every time it's dancing, now it's 1.5, we're all so happy. How can we be happy when we know that by December, November, thereabouts, what do we expect? Something else. How do you plan for generations when you can't plan for your current? So beginning to think about your assets and thinking about legacy, because legacy is about what you leave behind. The soft part of it being the values, the principles, all those things that you want to transfer and make sure they are passed on. But it's also about hard stuff, right? It's about shares, it's about stocks and bonds, it's about real estate. And I'm talking land buildings. And I'm not talking about those plots we go and buy in very remote places that 20 years later still command no value. I'm talking about Okemute's type of story where you blink and you hear chiching, there's an alert somewhere. I'm talking about things that command value that even if you just decided the stress is too much, I'm taking the second trip this year, no matter what the cost of the ticket is, you're smiling because you know 1 month's rent is taken care of. I'm talking about the kind of property investments you can hold where between your rental incomes and capital appreciation, you're not worried about your children's ability to go to the best schools, your grandchildren's ability, because you've taken care of it. I believe this is the story behind what Lifecard and Azizi are presenting today. That we need to begin to think in bigger, broader terms, beyond the spending of our hard-earned currency on the luxuries of life, that we begin to think about them from an investment point of view. And just to make sure it's on the record very clearly, I'm heavily invested in Nigeria. So nobody is saying, take your money away from our country. I have my investment, my whole business is here. My assets, I have real estate and landed property here. But, like I said, like it or not, I have a dollarized life. So there is need for something that is commanding and neutralizing the effect of all these other vagaries that we experience here. So beyond issues of making sure you protect the value of your investment, I talked earlier about the challenges with our families. Estate planning is such a challenge here sometimes. It's like as people are dying, another set of people are running around to see what they can grab. Meantime, you may have legal documents backing you, but there are no guarantees sometimes, depending on who knows who. So even thinking about a stable environment where you can plan, where the law is the law, where if you put a plan in place, you're sure you've secured something for the next generation that no one person, because they are somebody, can go and, muscle their way through and, take over something. I've given it to you, and what have I given you there? It's not just the assets you buy, it's the networks, it's the connections. Right? It's on a few things. And it doesn't matter if you just manage to do that 2 million for the visa. You'll be fully entitled. Yeah. That's the way to think over Nigeria, and I declare that at some point, you guys will be looking for how to invest in Nigeria. Amen. But until we get there, I'm not sure. I can't afford to lose this. You'll be surprised if many of us don't budget, many of us don't track our expenses, we just live a regular
Cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest tickets. What pained me was that by the time we were coming back, if there's anything that we enjoyed, we forgot that we enjoyed. Because the children cried. So they told me there's a place we can go and buy a space to lie down, but we couldn't afford it. And there's nowhere, so you are sitting in the airport like that. You're even tired of sightseeing. Because the sightseeing you see without buying something is even frustration. So they cried. I cried. I'm serious. I wept. And by the time they finally took me and was bringing me back, when I got to Nigeria, I made up my mind and said, God be God. I will come back to Dubai. But by the time I come back, not only will I be able to buy the ticket the very day I'm going, the very day. If anybody knows me here, I buy tickets the day I'm traveling on the counter. Because I don't even know when I'm going or when I'm coming. But whatever it takes to be a native or anything in that place that kept me for 48 hours, I'm going to do it by God. And so, when the opportunity came, I was ready to do something like that. I also knew that I'm very passionate about everything that I do. And so I've looked at that place and looked at a lot of people. Then somehow Franca came. Really, it wasn't like, no money. I just wanted to test her pattern because she was in Nigeria. So the day I want her to pay that money, she will not know. And so she gives me story. I will pay it. It's a risk. But at least I will know. So she was asking me, trying to question me, when are you coming? Which day? I said, this one. You will not know. I will come like the wind of the Spirit. Now you told them, as God will do, they even have misplaced life, so you can make money. They said, I said, why don't you take tax? Do you know what they did? The entire Dubai was a business plan. Everything that all countries does not give to them. Trump is building his tower. Yeah, I'm signing a deal with him. Just that Trump Tower is like ×5 of Aziz because of the name Trump. If Trump can go and be building towers, he said they don't want to pay tax inside Dubai, then what are we doing? I thought it's the owner of America. So he said we should come and be collecting 3 months visa. So what is this doing in my country? So that's to say, the truth is, a lot of people have always said that, very soon, the houses will be too much. It's a lie. Let me tell you why. I went to UK the last time. It's to let. Sometimes I used to look for to let. The way she's in my weakness now, worst case scenario, 1 month we rented the house. 1 month after handover. I've seen 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The highest one is 6 weeks. And the reason was because there's a particular amount we are looking for from the house. Until we get it, we're not ready to rent it. So, their laws stand. You see, when you go to a place, Dubai is the only place that my husband went to say he's not coming back. I said, come first. You have to come back. He said, I'm over 50. I said, you're not the only person that's over 50. The law, I like the law. It's not like we like to break law in our country. Even some of us that are lawful, they have made us unlawful. You know, the law stands. They are neither for Christians nor for... That is the only place that have 250 nationalities living together. Then you not go there and be stealing window of car. Go to Dara Market and start fighting. Can we be alright? They now discovered it's not rich people like you. So these people that will come, they are not okay. Let us do transit. If you are passing by, you remember, they now gave us transit. They now went to their system. All Nigerians that came for 3 days refused to go. Why we like this? So the Kukuma said, no transit. That's okay. If you are coming, buy another ticket. Because the first time before my golden visa, I had to buy, I bought Dubai, bought London. That means if you don't even have another visa, you can't pass. Then the very day we entered, they blocked that one and said, no, we don't want you to follow here and go. Don't enter. Just stay inside the airport. We will take you like that. Why? People started buying Kenya. Even Franca is part of knows what I'm talking about. They will not do Kenya visa. You are going to Kenya, you are going to Dubai. To go to Kenya, must you go to Dubai? They will not go there. They are not going to Kenya. They are not saying, okay. Who is going to do those kind of things? Is it rich people? No, now. So the economy is a prosperous economy. Because they are also giving back. And they ask, why? I said, why don't you collect tax? They said, no. When the economy is working, money comes from lights. Money comes from railway. Tax is not because they want to keep the economy. It's just a mindset to keep you poor. Forget it. With tax or without tax, a country will do well. No, tax people, are you here? Tax or no tax, if the country is working, increase our light bill, increase our water bill, increase all those things will run the economy.
rich economy, and they are making money from other things, not just to enslave people. I hear some people are paying 40% tax. Relocate. Because in UK has 20% of, that's in all people that invest. Nigeria, we're not even in top 100. UK is number 2. In India, number 1. Then Russia, number 3. Top 5. America is not even there. Yeah. These guys, Russia guys, they're not there. Top 5, top 10, maybe America will be there. Top 100, we are not even there. We are 3%. 3%. This is only 3%. So they are looking for the 3% of the 3%. And that is why I brought the 3% of the 3% to this room. You didn't hear that. So you should be happy. You are the 3, even if you are not 3%, just accept. Lord, I'm the 3% of the 3% in Nigeria. Because they did their map and told me, Grace, Nigeria only brings 3% to our economy. And we cannot allow 3% to spoil 97%. We live in by integrity. We live by, we are a safe haven. When everybody is doing war, all of them will come to Dubai. Only Dubai that the missile cannot enter. Everybody, both the two countries that are fighting, you see them drinking in Dubai. Where here there is war in 2 countries. The 2 nationals, they are sitting down in one club, enjoying themselves. They let them kill themselves. So, I am part of the 3%, and I'm also part of the economy. So, all we are saying is that whoever is not there, we will preach the gospel, we will call prosperity in your life, you will jump to the other side. Because if I can jump to the other side, anybody, don't be angry with them. Just say, Lord, I'm with 3%, and so shall it be. I thought you would shout a big amen. Yeah. You're in Nigeria. All those people, they'll be looking at this. But now when you enter Dubai, you know in the system, they're saying it. Investor. Say, hi, welcome to Dubai. Before. Say, you're welcome back. Thank you so much for coming. So, join me in Dubai. In Dubai, we're going to be having a beautiful time from 1st of December to 5th of. And look at our investment. So people have to open their account numbers. People have to collect their rent. That is with me. At least 80 to 70% capital. When you have put that money system, just go there with cash and say, do you want your money or you want penalty charges? Now with Mama Africa, guys, an investor. Franca represents Africa in Dubai, like in our office. Our practical billing clients. But as far as you are Nigeria, you see all these people that came. I say it from the beginning. If you don't keep and praise, Dubai is the only place you pay money and you will never come back like you come to life card in Nigeria and say that.
To send the sales purchase agreement. So I need to send the client's email, mobile number, and address for them to send the document from Dubai land, not from Aziz. Thank you. And the courier is back to your house. Yes. Yes, then if you want to buy now, all we need is your passport data page and your driver's license and 3% to book. Then if you want to come to Dubai, we need your passport data page to apply for your visa through Emirates Airline and we'll get you the visa to come to Dubai. Thank you.
Do you pay property tax or no?
No.
No property tax?
For residential, you are not paying.
Okay, so just commercial?
No, commercial like retails only. Retails, if you are planning to buy retails or something like that, yeah, on that case you're gonna pay. But for residential, there is no tax at all. And right now, we have an offer even for retails that the VAT is waived, the tax is waived.
Great.
Yeah,
So all that you need to do is just pay the property price and that's it.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, usually it's easy. If you want to book any property in Dubai, just only with 3%, your passport copy, you can make it. Even if you are not here, you can just make it online.
Okay, thank you.
That why you are buying, you know, if you are buying for investment, I would suggest for you to go for the small thing. Usually the small thing you're gonna make like high ROI, you know.
We are asking you to make 3%. Maybe there are some people, okay, they are interested on the property just like where you are here now, but you don't have the full 14%. So we are saying to reserve this unit for you, pay the 3%, then we give you like 10 days to complete this down payment. Then after that first payment, you have another like 30 days or 60 days to pay another installment.
What's the installment?
10%. another 10%.
So how long do you pay?
So like if you are buying a property now, the payment plan is coming 50-50. So you are paying 50% during the course of construction and 50% on handover. So this 50% can be for a period. It depends on the project you are buying. We have projects that will be ready in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years. So this 50% will be on installment for a period of 1 year or 2 years, depending on the project you are buying. So the remaining 50% will be when we complete the project, we'll call you to come and take handover, and we are expecting you to pay the remaining 50. However, there is an option if you don't have the money to go for a mortgage to cover it up for you.
So does this, sorry, I'm just having maybe question. So does this also cover the 40% you talked about? I think 40. I talk about you not get a golden pre-sale or something.
So there are projects that have 40-60 payment plan. Okay, so for if the project is about to be ready, so that means it could be 40-60, some can even be 30-70. So this particular one we are talking about, which is Azizi Venice, the payment plan is 40-60. So you are paying the 14%, then you have another 60 days to pay another 10%, then another like 150 days to pay another 10%. So this is how it goes.
Thank you.
Let me add something.
They've been able to show that trust and credibility. And I also am very excited because when you go to Dubai, so many companies don't accommodate a lot of other foreigners as staffs. Dubai has a lot of Nigerians there that have been there for over 10 years. I'm very patriotic in my country, so maybe that's one of the interests I also got. By them being able to keep our people there, and I see them promoting them right now. The Nigerian lady there is now the Africa director, you know, so it just shows that they are homely and they want the progress, and that's what we are looking at. That's what we want. That's why I chose as
Okay, earlier inside you mentioned when you were answering a question about the visa restrictions to Nigerians, or you were explaining how partnering with your firms like Azizi and Blackcard, your investors don't have such problems. Can you please?
Okay, so we know there are visa restrictions, but we are here to say that visa restrictions are not to our investors. Investors have opportunity to come into Dubai any day, anytime. You know, all they have to just do is just dust their golden visa and get to the airport and buy their tickets and off to Dubai they are. So it's not restricted to investors. It's opened for all investors to come in. And that's why we are there. Looking at Tulsa and Caicos, but for today, we are concentrating on the Dubai markets.
Thank you so much.
Watch the Dubai markets in terms of development and property, and that is the reason why Dubai is very, very, very safe. It's called like a safe haven. Dubai has over 560 nationals. They live together. Even you will discover that when two countries are fighting outside of Dubai, those same two people are in Dubai living in the same house because Dubai has created laws as standards. You know, so it's a safe haven, and that is why even, are you aware, Donald Trump is building his 2 towers in Dubai. So that's to tell you, they've opened up for every nationality that is ready to abide to the rules and regulation because it's an investor's market. They live on trade. And so it's a safe haven, I would say. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Your name once again?
My name is Grace Ofreva, Group CEO of Lifeguard.
That Ofureva, that your surname, is it compound or just, is it the... Is your surname?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, President.
We'll take it.